Let's open up this debate, invite some intellectuals who are going to be presenting their thoughts and their perspective into this very sensitive issue. Maj Ali, actor, joins us on the program. Sumit Peer, political commentator, joins us on the program as well. Lastly, but not the least, Mr. Sandeep Chachra, human rights defender, is also joining us to talk about this highly intellectual debate. Ali, if I can start with you. You worked with Aamir Khan in the past, and this is basically a trend which has been promulgated on social media to discredit his movie. Number one, they're saying it's a frame-to-frame copy of Forrest Gump, and secondly, Aamir Khan is not someone who is patriotic. Is that good enough reason for not to go and watch his movie, even if it is an adaptation? Even Hollywood picks up adaptations from other countries as well, and that is something which is a normal trend these days.
Well, if a person would not be patriotic enough, well, I see you can boycott him. That's no problem. But how can you say Aamir Khan is not patriotic enough? How can anyone say that? How can anyone raise fingers on his patriotism?
Well,
no, I don't believe that.
Ali, if you do remember, he did say once upon a time that he does find India to be a hostile country, and his wife also at that. His wife from then also went on to say that let's not live here. If you remember that conversation.
I remember that conversation in 2015, and in fact, but it was misconstrued. That entire conversation was misunderstood, it was misrepresented, and everyone, they took off at Aamir Khan, hi. For no reason. People have to maturely sit and understand what he meant, and that is not, he never said that he doesn't love India. I know his family, my uncle Nazir Saab and Aamir have been very, very close. I've known Aamir, I've hung out with him many times. I know his brother, Faisal Nikhat. I know all of them. I know Santosh, Nikhat's husband. They all are very patriotic family. They all love India. I'm not defending anything. I'm just giving the right facts and painting the thing in the right perception,
okay.
The right picture.
Let me ask Ali once again. Ali, why do you think the people should go and watch Laal Singh Chaddha?
No, it's up to them. I mean, it's totally their wish. If they want to watch, watch. If they don't want to watch, don't watch. But let me tell you...
No, but that's the debate. That's the bigger picture that I'm trying to show to you, Ali, that people are not watching this movie because of what Aamir Khan said. But this movie is not all about him. There are hundreds of other production individuals who are involved. There's a director, there are others, junior artists. But why is this film being judged on the basis of what Aamir Khan did and said?
That's what I'm saying. It's immaturity. It's about time that people should actually mature up and grow up and realize. And firstly, second thing is, no one has any right to give a certificate to anyone who's patriotic, who's not patriotic. I think everyone who belongs to the soil is patriotic. You cannot cast aspersions on something, and a person's statement cannot
but he met Mr. Erdogan. He's our #1 declared enemy.
Yeah, his wife. Sorry?
Ali, he met with the Turkish premier, who's our #1 declared enemy. He hates India.
Vineet, about that, I cannot say. When you have gone as a diplomat, a lot of Indians even now who go to Turkey on as tourists, they go to. There are a lot of Indians who are going. Okay, they're getting a ticket, they're getting a reasonable trip to Europe. They're going. A lot of Indians, and these are, mind you, they are not Muslims. Mind you, there are a lot of friends of mine who are not Muslims who are going to Turkey. On I can show you on Facebook. I can name so many of them. That doesn't make them unpatriotic.
Question also is, at this point in time, Maj Ali, Sandeep, I'll come back to you, is that should actors, get into politics when they know that in a country like ours, it is very, very difficult for public memory to erase something like this whenever your movie is released. On IMDb, the movie is already a flop, Maj Ali. It's received 3.5 out of 10, and the reviews and the critics are just smashing it, and it's been run into the ground already. Should actors get into this domain?
I don't think actors should get into this domain. They should keep out of controversy. I think Amitabh Bachchan has been very smart that way. Shah Rukh Khan has been very smart that way. In fact, they are the big director who I have worked with professionally and who I know personally very well. Tigman Dhulia, he has advised me once that, a lot of actors get into this, don't get into this. And many actors, I've heard him, so actors should not get into it. They should concentrate on the craft, which people love watching them into. I do not really advocate myself about actors coming and doing. No, it's okay, concentrate on the craft. Recently, one actress gave a remarks on some festival, and which was not taken kindly, and rightly so. Why should it be taken kindly? Why should anyone come and give their own personal remarks? their own personal thing. I don't agree with that. And secondly, as one thing I'll agree. I'll not deny what Sumit said. Yes, as an actor, when you are a public figure, when you know you have a large following and people are watching you, you should be very careful, should measure your words, because there was a time earlier people would say, you Indian. Today people take pride in their ask.
When it comes to other faith, your creativity goes null and zero. It is lost. Gaib ho jati hai, aisa kyun hota hai? Do you think the people of this country are stupid?
Okay,
we understand what you have to do.
Okay, so do what you're saying. Ali, come in now. Ali, go ahead.
Sumit, I agree with the fact to a certain extent that one has no right to insult any deity. When someone's making fun of Hindu god, you're talking about PK. Let me tell you, Sumit, you would be knowing, you're an intelligent man, that he was merely an actor. The film was made by people who are non-Muslims, right? So when you accuse Aamir Khan of making fun of Hindu deity, it would be rather unfair, because blame the director, blame the scriptwriter, blame the person who wrote the story, blame the dialogue writer, blame them. Why are you not blaming them? Why only after Aamir Khan? So now,
I'll answer that.
Yeah, secondly, yes, I totally agree. One should not make fun of anyone's religion, anyone's deity. That is totally wrong. But now again, calling out for boycott of Laal Singh Chaddha, you think the film is already a flop on IMDb, fine. So be it. If a person wants to watch a film, and they cannot be hypocrisy. There would be some people who call out for boycott, and those people on the sly will want to, they cannot hold their curiosity. They would want to go and watch the film. They would want to go and watch, कि भाई इसमें आखिर ऐसा है क्या? And Laal Singh Chaddha, to my knowledge goes, it's about the army. He's played an army character, which is something very, very patriotic. It's something very good, which is something which should instill the feeling of patriotism rather. On the contrary, so if you say ban a film where, okay, whether deities are being insulted or whether the army is not being projected in the right way, I can still understand that. But when you are trying to project the good work done by our forces, by the army, a film like that, there's no point in just saying boycott it for the heck of it, for the sake of it, because you perceive him to be non-patriotic, because you perceive him to be this way. No, it will be rather unfair. Let the people judge again. Because this is a field, this is a craft, this is art, this is a medium where no one can force you to go to a theatre.
But all right, okay. But I want to give Ali the last minute. We have completely run out of time. Maj Ali Shah.
If those comments, our negative comments on the film are coming because they didn't like the film, genuinely, it's fair enough. I haven't seen the film myself, but those comments would deter me perhaps to watch not just Laal Singh Chaddha, any film. I will also think twice. So that's perfectly fine. But if one is being biased just because of his comments, I think people really need to grow up then and actually think beyond their age. They cannot say, oh, he has said this 7 years back, and which was, again, mind you, which was misconstrued again, which was misunderstood. Because of that, I will not watch the film. Then I think really, there's something one needs to really do a self-introspection, reflect upon yourself and grow up slightly. But yes, a negative comment, any review.
Okay.
None of us.
On that note, we're going to conclude this discussion. But obviously, it's a multi-pronged problem for Aamir Khan now. He hasn't had a hit in a number of years. And all of this politicizing of his inner feelings in the past has perhaps finally caught up to one of his most promising projects.